Oh shit, guys, it's April 17th. We're all here. We're all waiting with anticipation, getting excited. It's 4 in the afternoon and we still don't have any new we don't updates. We don't have 3.0 yet. Chances are it'll most likely come at nighttime. I was hearing some people saying 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or something like that. So, yeah, think about later on at around nighttime is when we'll be getting this, and not that that's the worst thing in the world, at least we're getting it today. But an interesting topic with this reveal for Joker and 3.0 is what we know now about future speculation. I've been saying this for a long time now that most leaks are fake, almost none of them are real. If you're really into the idea of believing one, it's just very unlikely that it's actually real. It's important to look at them and see, like, maybe, like, that's something like Papagenos does. He doesn't really say, like, we don't know which ones are real or not. He just kind of looks at, like, what is out there and pieces together, like, what's come true so far. And that's why a lot of us looked at Vergibin, but now Vergibin's kind of not a factor anymore. That name is really never said anymore because his leaks about DLC are just not true, and also I don't think he's really claiming to have many about DLC because he hasn't really heard anything about that. But a super interesting topic with the new characters and new DLC in general is how many spirits are being added into the game now. I speculated that there would be spirits added in. I don't know if it was ever confirmed or not. I speculated that new characters would get new spirits that represented their games. And the reason why I thought that was because right off the bat, when Smash was out, they would give random updates that would add new spirits to the game. There's plenty of spirits in the game, thanks to the Smash board, that weren't even in, like, what is it, World of Light, and tons of new spirit are being added in as part of, like, these weekly spirit events that are happening every day. There's, like, new spirits constantly. They fit a theme, and sometimes they're old, sometimes they're just repurposed, but then other times they're like brand new spirits, and new spirits are being added in. So the idea of that they can't add in spirits, that doesn't seem likely. And now we got the confirmation that with Joker come spirits for lots of different characters from Persona 5. And this spirit board works a little bit differently, where you don't have to worry about not getting the spirit. You can just keep trying and trying. And the idea is they kind of actually want you to be able to get every single spirit in the game. It's not like they pop up randomly. And that's how it seems to be it's going to work with all the DLCs. Is that if you want spirits from that DLC, you'll be able to just go to that spirit board. I plan on using that spirit board to test my skill when I'm trying to learn how to play as Joker. I'm going to probably beat classic mode with Joker first thing, and then go into that and use Joker in that spirit world. I say spirit world, the spirit board, and I'm gonna only play as Joker, so I can kind of like really get my feet wet with this character, get a lot of experience with him, because he's honestly looking pretty fucking fresh. He could be, like, it's hard to judge from just a video. He could be mid tier to high tier, but I'm definitely not suspecting low tier. He's looking really, really fresh. So very excited about this character. Not, it's like Piranha Plant was like, he was okay and he's a funny character, but you're not going to see him in tournaments. You're not going to see him when people are trying to play for real. He's one of those gag characters that you're going to play as a joke. But Joker looks like a character that you could see in. I mean, we don't know yet. We still have to play with this character, but he's looking like he's going to be a pretty good contender for a good character. But why am I talking about all of this? Why am I talking about spirits and what this adds in? Well, if you stuck around this long, let me just explain the idea that the spirits are 100% deconfirmed as characters. And I'm talking about the spirits in the game. I've been saying this for a long time, but a lot of people still argue against this, that spirits don't deconfirm characters. But when you really think about it, if a new character's added in, they would get new spirits added in. And you might say, yeah, okay, fine, let's get new spirits added in, like another Geno, another Bandana Waddle Dee, why not? Well, not only does it add in a spirit, characters not only do they add in spirits of themselves, but they add in spirits of other characters from their games, and honestly, it looks like a lot of them. So unless the character is from Final Fantasy VII, it seems like any character from a series that's already in the game most likely won't get a ton of spirits. And that I mean, and that's because Final Fantasy VII doesn't have very many spirits. Everyone else has too many to count. Now, if you wanted another Castlevania character, I mean, it was really unlikely they would give you another one. I know the only next like possible logical choice is Alucard, and he's in the game as an assist trophy for a reason. You know, that's kind of how this works. Some people really wanted Tails as a playable character, but he already has a spirit alongside a ton of Sonic characters. There's no chance of a Sonic DLC character. No Tails, no Eggman, especially no Knuckles and Shadow, who are already assist trophies, but no Metal Sonic, no Blaze, no Silver, none of those characters. Sonic is out. And if you thought that was bad enough, but Tails' his Mii costume has returned, which is just kind of like doubling down on the idea that he's not coming back. And I know some of you might be thinking, yeah, but Crom's DLC, his costumes in the game too. I understand that. That's a little bit different in my opinion. I don't think they would put a Mii costume in the game of a character that's not in the game yet, just to have them released later. That just seems a little too bizarre to me. And again, there's already all the Sonic stuff gone. So, in my opinion, I already thought that any character that was added in would have to be from like a new game at least. Maybe the same franchise, but it has to be from a new game at least. But so let's talk about Rex and Pyra, someone that a lot of people still think will happen, and I for sure thought would happen. Even after the Rex Mii Fighter costume was revealed, I still was on board saying Rex can still happen at any time. And well, no, I'm wrong. Of course, I already made a video a long time ago, right after when Smash came out, where I said, "Hey, it looks like looks like Rex and Pyra probably won't be in the game because there's a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 content already in the game." Sadly, I don't know why they weren't put in as like an assist trophy, sort of like Springman was, but I guess the idea was just to keep them in as spirits. And don't get me wrong, I'm very happy for that, but seems like nothing new for Xenoblade will be coming in. I feel like any character that might be a secondary character from a mainline Nintendo franchise, yeah, that does kind of count Xenoblade. Their best bet being introduced as a new character will have to be in the form of a new game. Will we finally get Waluigi? Well, people wanted Ridley for forever. No one really wanted Waluigi till just recently. So, I mean, really, I haven't heard much buzz for this character until Smash Ultimate became a thing. So, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think if we get Waluigi, you'll be looking at probably the next game. Same with Bandana Waddle Dee. Same with Tails. Same with a lot of these characters like Rex and Pyra. A lot of their chances will have to come later. And you might say, no, but by the time the next Smash comes out, there'll probably be another Xenoblade game. That's true, but look at Fire Emblem. There was plenty of new Fire Emblem games, and Chrom still managed to get in. And why is that? Because Chrom is a popular character. In my mind, it was really a weird thing that Chrom wasn't in Super Smash Bros. Considering he's the face of Fire Emblem. He's the main character in Fire Emblem Warriors. You know, when you think he's the main character in the Fire Emblem crossover game, Mirage Tokyo Sessions Fire Emblem, like. How is it that Chrom is not in Smash? He's so important to Fire Emblem. I would say Marth is also very important, but Chrom and Marth are just super important characters. So, yes, you need to include Chrom, and Chrom got included. So, for me, with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I think that's the best game so far. That's the game that got me into playing Xenoblade Chronicles, and I really like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And the character potential for a badass character featuring Rex and Pyra and possibly Mithra as well it's just the writing is on the wall. Like, it's just a perfect character. But this character is probably going to have to wait for the next game because I think there is no more debate. Spirits are deconfirmed as characters. No Geno. Geno is not happening. No Daisy. Sorry, Daisy. I always call it Dixie Kong Daisy. Daisy's in the game, but no Dixie Kong. Now, honestly, how Dixie Kong didn't end up a Diddy Kong Echo Fighter is beyond me. I don't know why they didn't do that. It's not like they don't have Echo Fighters that have one male and one female, because Marth and Lucina are already like that. So I don't understand why Diddy and Dixie couldn't be Echo Fighters. Uh, Especially like again, if you look at Ryu and Ken, those are two characters who are supposed to be on a team who fight side by side. Ryu and Ken fight side by side in the classic mode all throughout the game. So the idea that we couldn't have Dixie Kong and Diddy Kong together, that just doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, sorry. I thought Dixie Kong. In fact, when they first said we in the very first trailer for Smash Ultimate, when they said, "And these are called Echo Fighters, and we have a new Echo Fighter to show you," and I was like, "Oh, cool, a new character." And I was like, "It's got to be Dixie Kong. It's got to be Dixie Kong because who else could it be?" And when it was Daisy, I was pleasantly surprised. I'm looking at the Daisy amiibo that just came out now while I'm talking about this. I love that she's in Smash. I never thought Daisy would be in Smash. I had a lot of friends who really liked Daisy, who always complained that like they wanted to play as Daisy in Smash. They didn't want to play as Princess Peach or Rosalina. So it's nice that it's something for people who like those characters, who might be of the female variety, who might be women, or just want to play as a female character. They might enjoy playing as Daisy. And considering Peach is a top tier, making a second version of Peach just so people who like Daisy can play as her, it's completely fine. I'm fine with shoveled in characters as long as they, are Echo Fighters. And that's why I think Dark Samus is a character who I didn't want in Smash until this game. When they showed off how Echo Fighters work, I was fine with it. So yeah, why we couldn't get Shadow, why we couldn't get Daisy or Dixie Kong, I still call her Daisy. Why we couldn't get any other Echoes is beyond me. You guys, I'm sorry guys. Honestly, I have no idea why there's certain characters didn't make the cut. And I think with Gino, it was a part of Square Enix being stingy, but it seems like if they had the rights to use Gino as a spirit, then it shouldn't have been a big deal to make Gino a playable character. I really doubt, again, these things just baffle my mind. I have no idea why they didn't do that. So we don't know, and we also still don't know the next character. And the next character might justify or unjustify the next character. Like, for example, if the next character is from a Western made game, I think a lot of people will look at Western made games and say, oh, it's not just going to be only Japanese characters. Oh, it could be someone like this. If the next character is Banjo Kazooie, I think a lot of people will be like, oh, it could be anyone. It could be a character from Microsoft. It could be anything. And honestly, I'm expecting the next character to be announced like the day before it comes out with another character, a third character. I don't know if the third character will also come out that day, but I'm legit thinking at E3 there will be a Microsoft character announced, and there will be just the next character announced in general. But it probably won't be. Thing is, if there's going to be any first-party Nintendo games, it's going to have to either be from a new franchise by Nintendo, which I don't think they'll do that. Even ARMS has a shit ton of spirits in the game. Sadly, there won't even be one of the ARMS characters in the game as a playable character. And then, which I'm fine with, because not every Nintendo game needs to be in the game. I think Assist Trophy and Spirits are perfectly acceptable for ARMS. Though an ARMS stage could have been cool. Sort of like how Animal Crossing got a stage before it ever got a character. But it doesn't have to be a 100% new IP. It could be a new game with a slew of new characters. So, for example, if they make a new Kirby or a new Zelda, it's very unlikely that they will get a bunch of content for that game. Unless it's the new Zelda that they want to do, like, has completely changed redesigns for characters, but also the idea of them putting in like another Link or something as a new character, it just really wouldn't make any sense. But anyway, if they did like a new game, like Kirby or Mario or something, unless it had a host of brand new characters, it wouldn't really make sense for them to add in a character like like Bandana Waddle Dee or something like that. What makes sense would be Fire Emblem and Pokemon, who still have a chance. Fire Emblem and Pokemon still have a chance of getting in as DLC, mainly because the new Fire Emblem game, Three Houses, would probably add in a slew of new spirits, a bunch of brand new spirits, all from a new game. Because, like RPGs like Persona and Final Fantasy, usually every new game invents a new world with an entirely new cast with none of the returning characters coming back. So that's kind of what we're looking at for Fire Emblem and with the new Pokemon game, Sword and Shield. So it's possible that we'll still get that. And I'm honestly leaning towards a new Pokemon character like the Grookey Third Evolution or something like that, because uh, even if two characters are announced at E3, we're still gonna have two more after that, and what it's going to be, I mean, they'll probably come out at the end of the year at this point. Some might even come out in this like as late as December, an entire year after. I would hope not. But also, I guess Evo could possibly feature a character, but Evo's not that further off of past E3. So we don't know what, but they might show a character that might come out at a later date or something like that, or announce a direct or something like that. But either way, um, I'm thinking like yeah, there's a strong chance that like Pokemon is going to have a new character. I know a lot of people are looking at Fire Emblem, and I feel like the reason why Corrin was added in as a new character was because in Japan, Fire Emblem Fates was out in Japan like way before it was out here, and by the time that Corrin was added in, Sakurai had already like beaten Fire Emblem Fates, so like I don't think that the next Fire Emblem character has that much of a chance just because it's from Fire Emblem. I think Sakurai just legitimately liked Awakening and Fates. I think he just liked those two games. I don't think that every single Fire Emblem character has a strong chance just because there's a lot of Fire Emblem characters. I think Pokemon, however, has a strong chance because that's a brand that Nintendo really, really likes. So, and again, it would also make a ton of sense just to, again, because with the spirits, this could work really well, and that's what I'm banking on. Also because when Incineroar was added in, Sun and Moon had already been out for like 2 years. I think Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, yeah, those were out way before uh, Ultimate were. So like, yeah, like the idea that that is building up hype for anything, no, it's just a new possible Pokemon character that Sakurai could have added in, and it seemed like he didn't even care that much. He just kind of lazily decided we should put one in. So yeah, I'm actually saying, as far as Nintendo first party characters, I would only expect Pokemon and Fire Emblem to have a chance, and then everyone else will probably be third party. So, at least a new IP. And unless Nintendo makes a brand new IP overnight that hasn't even been introduced yet, it's looking extremely unlikely. So, because remember, the DLC's been finalized for a long time now. Now we're just working on the characters. The DLC was finalized like the day after Ultimate came out. So, yeah, it's what we're getting is what we're getting, and it's just like I said, very unlikely that there'll be a Nintendo first-party character unless it's from Pokemon or Fire Emblem, and it has to be from the new games. I already forgot when Three Kingdoms comes out, but either way, I think it's all I have to say about here. Mainly just saying spirits 100% do in fact deconfirm characters. That's where we're standing right now. I'm going to upload this, and I'm going to patiently wait to see when Twitter explodes, when everyone's saying, you can play as Joker now, because that's all I want to do is play as Joker. Alright guys, I'm going to end it here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.